Let's talk about confidence, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Wolf with a Pencil, but as you know, you can call me Wolf for short. And today, we are doing something a little bit different. Not too different though, because art will still definitely, most likely, when we're talking about most likely, certainly be involved in this video, because this wouldn't be an art channel, this wouldn't be a Wolf with a Pencil video if we didn't have art in it in any form or sense. But I just wanted to talk about something different and something I haven't really touched on my channel before. I would say it's a little bit more personal, but I'm not, sharing my entire business with the world. I'm just like walking around it a little, but like giving advice basically on my experience. And today I'm going to be talking about how I became more confident within myself and how I am myself unapologetically, because I wasn't always the way you see me today. I can guarantee you people from my secondary school will probably see a massive change from how I was. If they knew me personally, like really close, they would probably see a big change to how I was in secondary school compared to how I am in college and in my day-to-day life as a young adult. So when I say young adult, not there just yet, but I've got the maturity of one. So we today we'll be talking about that in this video, because I just wanted to talk about what made me become more confident with myself, what made me be like, no, I don't care what anyone else thinks. And let me just say, there are still days that I am not confident. I'm not going to tell you, that I'm confident every single day, all the time. No, I have so many days where I'm not confident, so many days where I feel like I may not be good enough for something or whatever I'm doing. Everyone has that, so I'm not going on this platform to try and encourage something that can seem impossible to some people. I'm just trying to talk about how I took more confidence with myself, because I know myself more than I did probably 3 to 4 years ago. And I know who to put myself around and who doesn't really deserve my company. And that this is all going to lead into how I became myself and how people took a liking to me more. And I wasn't someone who was left in the background like I was when I was younger. So that's something we will be focusing on today, and we'll be drawing too, so that's always a good thing. So let's just get into this video. But before we do, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Wolf. I do art on this channel, but if you want to know more about my channel, I have a video talking about what my channel is about, because my content varies, but it's still definitely an art channel. I can guarantee you that. So if you want to know more about my channel, you can go to my channel page. There is a trailer on my channel called Welcome to My Channel Part 2, because it is the second time I am making a trailer video for my videos. Since when I first started, my content has changed a lot since I started in 2017 till now. So go and check that out. And this video is a little bit more different, but if you like these videos more, please do let me know in the comments down below. I don't even know if that's a full sentence there, but we're going to carry on and keep rolling with it. And if you want to see more, like, comment and subscribe. But I'm going to leave you to decide that for yourself. You don't have to. But if you like what you see by the end of this video, please do stick around and check out what else I have to offer on my channel, because there is a lot that I do on this channel. But now we can definitely get into it. Okay, so hi guys. So as you have heard from the introduction to this video, we're here to talk about how I became confident, and maybe how you can become confident too, and also how to be unapologetically yourself and myself. So, you know, I wasn't always confident growing up. I was never confident growing up, actually. I was very, like, I was called the crybaby when I was younger because, you know, I would cry for everything and stuff like that. And I wouldn't necessarily, I didn't get bullied. Like, I got picked on, like, once or twice in, like, reception. It was that long ago. But I was never, like, a target of bullying, like, proper bullying. Like, I was never really a target, but I was never someone who was super confident. In my primary school days, I would hang out with a group of girls, and, you know, for some reason, it's like I wasn't, like, that extra character, but, like, say there's 4 main girls, I was, like, the 3rd one, so, like, I wasn't important, but, like, I was relevant. Do you get what I mean? Because I was the 3rd one, and then someone else came in, and I was kind of, like, in those kind of groups growing up, like, if you get what I mean. And, you know, I was always the person in the background, and then when secondary school hit, obviously, you're getting into things more as a kid, you know, things are different when you're a kid compared to when you are going into your teens, pre-teens, and teenager. So once secondary school hit, I wasn't that confident still, you know. I had my dad actually during this time before I got into secondary school, probably a year before I got into secondary school, as he says, he took me to karate class, and I had been going there for 3 years. So I stopped going 3 to 4 years, and the last year was like an on and off thing because, like, I started to not want to do it anymore. But I stopped doing it when I was about 14, then I went back once when I was 15, and then again once when I was like 16 to see how it went. But I did really well in karate, and I learned a few things. Like, I know how to defend myself now, like, I know how to fight, and that's a good thing. So thank you to my dad for toughening me up for that. So in some sense, without those karate lessons, those strict karate lessons, I don't think I would be as confident as I was today. I am still quite confident, but yeah, it also, the karate also helped with that as well. So going into secondary school, even though I was doing karate, I wasn't still as confident. I was still that one girl in the background who, you know, like, she's there, she's you know, she's just your typical average girl, and that was me. And I wasn't that confident. I was outspoken, but I wasn't that confident. People didn't start respecting me till someone pushed me over the edge and I nearly got into a fight with somebody, but that's a story for another day. And that was in the end of year 7, actually. And that's when people started to take me seriously, because they realised I'm not just a crybaby. But, you know, I still wasn't a confident person at that point in my life. And throughout secondary school, I wasn't that confident. The only time I started to gain confidence is when I was doing dance a bit more seriously, as we do have dance classes in school. That was like one of the subjects we did. And I actually got chosen as one of a few people, like a handful. Like, it started off with 30 and we ended up with like 20 or something. But I was chosen because I was really good at dancing. And as you know, I talk about it a lot. I was chosen to take the course early, the dance course early, since I did so well with it. So I decided to do it. And I think I made the decision kind of on the spot, and I was really happy about it, because I learned so much more. And through dance and also karate, I gained a lot more flexibility with that. And so it was really nice to, apart from just art to be confident with, it was also nice to have something else to do, which was fun and exciting. So I did my GCSE dance a year early. So we started in year 9 and finished it in year 10, which was good. So then come year 11, we could focus on all our other GCSEs that we had to do. And during this time, I did start to gain a bit of confidence within myself, but I was still a bit in the background. And, you know, dancing definitely does it makes me more confident. I love performing on stage. I used to perform in a centre when I was younger, and then I stopped going because a different teacher was teaching the class and she wasn't very good, so I stopped going there. And I think I stopped going there when I was about like 9 or something like that. I can't really remember the age. But yeah, so dancing is what helped made me more confident, as well as karate as well. And obviously I talk about dancing a lot and I love it. So contemporary dance was a newfound love of type of dance, because before it was just freestyling and stuff. So yeah, that's like how I was starting to get more confident. I was hanging around people who I thought, and I say thought, appreciated me and liked me for me, because I started to realize come the end of like year 11 or the middle of year 11, I started to realize that the people who I considered friends weren't treating me the way I treated them. And I started to notice it's always the small things that count the most. Sometimes it doesn't have to be major for you to notice something when someone is doing you more harm than good. But I'm not going to name people's names, but all I can say is that I realized that the people who I befriended, who I was there for, or just hanging out with, who I considered a good friends of mine, because there was a handful of people, weren't as, they as I thought they were. Either they were at one point and they changed, but I just started to realize throughout year 11 that I was being used by a lot of people. So I started to back off from a lot of people. And when I did that, it was more like a test to see if these people would notice that I backed off, because I'm like that background character in a group who doesn't really do much but is still relevant to the story. And as I had thought, they came running back to me when they realized that I was backing off slowly. And there's so many chances I've given these people, and these people just keep slapping it back in my face, really. So that's that. See, what you need to know about me is that I am a very kind-hearted person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I put a lot of people before myself. So I've been doing that ever since I was little, and I always, treated friends the way I wanted to be treated, because I knew what it felt like to, if you want to go somewhere, you don't want to go by yourself, or you just, just doing favors for people. And I was always that person waiting on someone to finish their class, or waiting on this one, carrying this one's bag, So, some people who I did that for, they also returned the favor. They were true friends. But I'm not just saying I have to, in order for me to do this favor for you, you have to do something for me. That was never the case, because I never asked for favors. But at the end of the day, when I asked a few people, like, can you come here with me, or can you come there with me? It's like, I can't be bothered to. And I'm like, but I'm the one who goes everywhere with you when you want someone to come with you places. So how all of a sudden, when I want you to come one place with me, you all of a sudden don't want to? So, there was just a lot of things that I'm not really going to get into, but if you want a story time, I guess I could do that. But what I'm trying to say is, I started to realize that these people who I befriended throughout 5 years of my life, some of them were using me from the get-go. So, come when I was finishing year 11 and it was summer and I'd finished school completely now, I decided, you know what? I'm done. I am done trying to maintain a friendship that's not worth maintaining with certain people. I'm done with it, because I've even spoken how I feel about certain things to the people who I feel like they deserve a second chance, and they slapped it back in my face thinking I wouldn't know, which I did. And just a lot of things have accumulated. So I was like, I am done being the nice girl. I'm going to do things for me now. I'm going to work on myself. I haven't stopped being a kind person, but I've become a lot more tougher, and I have a lot more backbone ever since I started. From the summer, leaving school, going into college, I'm just like, I'm gonna do stuff for me. If I want to dance, who's gonna say that I can't dance? Like, I became so much more confident in college. It was also almost like I was a different person. You know, everyone in secondary school thought I was a happy-go-lucky, cheerful person, but they didn't realize that I was always thinking that I never really belonged anywhere with anybody, because I never found my type of people, because every single time I gave someone a label or tried to find someone who was like me, it always backfired, and the people who I once thought were close friends of mine, I started to see right through them. And when you start to see right through people, you instantly just want to be done with them. And that's what I did. I dusted my hands off, and I was like, college is a new beginning. I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start new. And when I started, people saw how confident I was. I wasn't the person people came to when they were looking for someone else. Once I got into college, I was a person that people were looking for. And this was a drastic change, because I just started to embrace myself more. Once I got into college, you know, I was so confident. I dressed confidently. I dressed how I wanted to dress. I just dressed with my personality and how I felt. And I walked into college kind of like I owned the place. Not saying that I did, and I'm not saying, you know, you have to be that confident to walk into places where you own the place. But what I'm saying is, I didn't care who was looking at me, because I was being myself. I started to dance more in class, which is weird. Like, why would I dance in class? But here's the thing, we are allowed to listen to music while we are working in our classroom. So when I have my headphones on, I'm dancing. I don't care what people think of me. And after a while, it just became a thing that I did, that people got used to in the class, and I wasn't the only one doing it. So, you know, as you can tell, I love to dance and draw. Dancing and drawing at the same time is so fun when you've got really good and hyped music to dance to. So I recommend that if you guys are trying to get something done, just play some of your best music. And, you know, music is also something that makes me feel more confident. You know, when you listen to some of your favorite music, you feel like you're in a music video and things like that. Your imagination starts to go wild, which is why I love music so much, and why I love dancing so much, and why I love drawing, because they're all creative art, you know, things that, you know, can make you express so much more that you feel within yourself, but you can't show it. So you show it for a dance, you show it for music. And that's what, you know, it's like for me. So in college, people started to tell me, you know, when I saw you, I really wanted to go up and talk to you, because you seemed like such a nice, outgoing person. You seemed happy all the time. You know, people, my friends all say, you know, I'm the social butterfly. Like, I'm so easy to talk to. And it was so different for me. It was kind of weird, because people were turning to me for answers, and it was just all new to me, because I was never this kind of person before. And back in secondary school, I never really had a clique. I did like start to hang out with one. I had a main group, and I still kind of had that within college, but I had so many friends around, friends quote unquote, in secondary school, around the school from different years, that you know, I never really stayed with one clique, and I was always with other people. So yeah, and that was exactly the same thing for me in college, only I hung out with people who actually appreciated me, and people who didn't use me just for my kindness. And I started to connect with people on a personal level more than I ever did in secondary school or primary school, because I started to meet people who went through the same things I did, and it started to make me feel like I finally found people who appreciate me for me. So in order for me to gain more confidence, I had to kind of realize that I was being taken for granted by a lot of people, and being mistreated by a lot of people unknowingly. Like, I was blind to it, because I am still into, like, I feel like a friendship should be, you know, something more. Like, a friend is someone you go to if you feel like you can't go to your family. Friends are family you choose. And throughout my life, which I haven't even lived that long, but throughout it all, I didn't find the right people. And once I realized that I need to start focusing on me more, I realized, you know, I need to be more confident within myself and know who I am. And so that's what I did. And as you can see throughout these clips, like, I love being me now. I love being confident, and dancing helps with that as well. I love dancing, you know, everything. It really had to take people who use the word friend for granted to make me into the confident wolf I am today. And anyone who knows me now just knows I'm just unapologetically myself. And that's how I want to keep it, always and forever, 100%. Well guys, that's all I've got time for, because the wolf in the video is about to start speaking again. But please let me know down in the comments below if you like this type of video, and if you want me to do more of these, because I really do enjoy them. And you know, I just decided to draw myself in what I was wearing, since I feel very confident in what I was wearing today. So I decided that's what I'm going to draw myself as. And there's a thing with me that when I draw myself, obviously if you guys have watched me for a while now, you know, if when I draw myself with a wolf ears and a tail, because obviously I feel like I am part of a wolf and stuff like that. But when I really stop that. When I draw myself, sometimes the tail is bigger and sometimes the tail is smaller, and it depends on how I'm feeling or the certain type of character I'm drawing. If my avatar is meant to be set in a certain place or time, that means she will have a bigger tail or a smaller tail, or if it's more realistic to how I'm feeling, my tail can grow or shrink. So that's what I feel like my tail's part of a personality trait, if you want to call it that. But yeah, Rudy, stop that. Sorry, my dog is cleaning herself. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, so be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Let me know if you like these kind of videos and I can continue to do them. But I'm gonna go now. So the wolf is howling at the moon and she is out. Peace. Bye. Remember guys, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And at the end of the day, look at me now. I'm stronger than ever, loving me, and I don't care what people think about me anymore, because I'm me, and I want you guys to be you and be more confident within yourself. Peace.